new recipe today. We are going to make a dish called a Riyad pasta. I saw this recipe on a football documentary, and there was this one football player who would always go to the chef that would cook for the entire club at the training ground, and he would always want the same dish, which is literally what we're going to make today. And it's a really easy recipe, and it's named after him, the player who always wants the same dish, and that's why this dish is called Riyad's pasta. There's like 5 ingredients, there's like nothing much here, you know. I have a bag of pasta, about 500 grams, oregano, or any spice that you kind of want. I've kind of used garlic powder before, and I think that works brilliantly as well in terms of like flavor for this dish. But today I have oregano, so I'm just going to use oregano. I have a whole white onion. Probably only use about half of this, but we'll see. I have a piece of chicken breast, about 350 to 400 grams. I got my butcher to take out the bones and the skin for me. And lastly, just some cheese. I'm going to shred this on top of the pasta. So this cheese is a Mexican cheese called queso chihuahua. I'm not too particular about cheeses, and I don't really know my cheeses that well, so I'm just using whatever is available to me. So that's really all you need for this dish. Just 5 ingredients. I think the beauty about this dish, and a lot of the other dishes that we're going to make on the channel as well, it's all for meal preps. It's all with the idea of meal preps in mind. And so what we want to do is we want to make it really like easy to reheat as well after cooking like a large amount of food. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you how to prep it, I'm going to show you how to store it, and then I'll show you how to like assemble it together when you want to eat your meals. So let's get started with the recipe. And there is not much prep going on, so all we really need to do is just chop up the onions. We're gonna slice them into like long thin strips, so we're gonna keep that like textural integrity going with the way that we cut our onions. I take it back. I am going to use a full onion instead. I'm a bit teary-eyed from that onion cutting experience. Alright, next what we're going to do is we're going to prepare our chicken. We have that piece of chicken breast here, and if you notice that this bit here in your chicken breast is always a bit thicker than say like this bit or like this bit here. What happens when you cook it the way that it is, it's going to cook very unevenly, so this bit is going to be like cooked and then the inside here won't be. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it diagonally across, and then we're going to just open it up, give it a score. What that means is we're going to cut really thinly across the surface of both sides of the chicken, and then we should be good to go. So for chicken breast, there's always this like wing kind of thing. You want to open it from this side here, not this side here. You're going to find your wing, and then you're going to go across this side, and then you're just going to slice diagonally down. Aim for the board on this end here. Don't go all the way through. Just run your knife along, open it up. Alright, when you open it up, it's going to look like that. And see, definitely like the height on each piece of chicken is a lot more even now. So now we're going to score it. So all you do with scoring is very lightly slice through it, like so. Switch it diagonally, and then just do it across the other way. Across to the other side, and do the same to this side. Alright, so now our chicken is butterflied and scored. We are going to season it. So all I'm going to do is just put salt, black pepper, and oregano, and that's it. Alright, now that that's done, we are just gonna run our fingers through it and just really massage that seasoning into the chicken, especially into all those crevices we made just now. Last thing, we're gonna shred our cheese into a container. go ahead and salt and boil my water and get ready to cook the pasta. And meanwhile, we're gonna cook the chicken at the same time. Salt my water. Because my chicken is dry, there's not too much splattering going on. It's not like everywhere. But the wetter your chicken is, the worse it is, the more it splatters. You really start to smell it now as well. It's just the smell of the oregano is really coming out. Maybe a little bit more. And I think it's time to flip our chicken. Yeah, beautiful. Boom. Take the chicken out to rest. I'll put a kitchen towel down just to absorb all the oil. Alright, so our chicken is resting, our water's boiling, and we're ready to start cooking the pasta. I know a lot of chefs who would say follow the pack instructions, but I don't like that. I like to just watch a pasta and see when it is good, you know, and then give it a go as well, like try it as well. So it's a bit hard right now, which is perfect. I'm going to turn it off and just let it sit in the water for a little bit. Also, because we're doing this as a meal prep, you don't want to get it too soft, because when you put it in a container in your fridge or whatever, it's going to become very mushy over time, so you don't want that. So a little bit harder is good, because you're always going to finish it off in the pan anyway. What we're going to do is I'm going to save some of this pasta water for our dish, and then the rest of it can just go straight into the container to sit and rest. Alright, pasta's sitting and waiting, but what I like to do, especially when storing pasta, is to put a bit of oil. And what it does is just kind of acts as a layer between the pasta so it doesn't stick. Just give it a good toss. Yeah. Let's get to it. So the next thing is we're gonna slice the chicken up into strips. Alright, so once you've sliced up your chicken, you've cooked your pasta, you've shredded your cheese, you've sliced your onions, this is what it should look like at the end. If you're doing like a meal prep, this is perfect for you to begin cooking with. I mean, you just pull it out from your fridge and then you kind of like throw it all together. So I'm showing you the process where you throw it all together. Okay, I'm gonna die. Alright, here we go. So get your pan hot. We're going to put down a bit of oil, just a touch, but that's because we're going to use butter. And the reason why you put oil before butter is so that the butter doesn't burn immediately. If not, it comes into contact with the pan directly and it burns really quickly. So yeah. Get a little bit of butter. Just kind of swirl it around. Once your pan is kind of nice and hot, grab your onions, just toss them in. We'll take some of our chicken, toss them in. Alright, so once the temperature is kind of back up, you just want to add your pasta. If you have chili flakes, now would be a good time to add it as well. I think chili flakes could firstly bring the color of this dish to a different level, and flavor as well. You get a bit more like a kick to it, right? At this point, you want to add salt and pepper. Now I know it looks really dry right now, and that is where our pasta water kind of comes in. So leave it for a little bit. Kind of let the flavors go into that pasta water that you just added so it becomes like a sauce. Now because of the starch from the pasta and from the onions as well, that's kind of like sweet, you're going to get a flavor in your sauce, and you see, look at it, the sauce is kind of like thickening up right now. This is perfect. So then literally just right at the end, turn off your flame and add your cheese. Then just give it a nice toss. to lighten up that cheese a little bit. Ooh, beautiful. There we go. That's delightful. Done. Easy. Alright, we have a special guest today, Millie. This is my friend's dog. Let's get back to it. So that's it. That's the whole entire recipe. It's really, really easy. Yeah, so give this a go. Let me know what you think of the recipe, if you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions for the video. And she's gonna bark because someone's walking by, and stop barking. Chill out, chill out, chill out. There we go. Let me know if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Look at that, it's beautiful, by the way. It looks absolutely stunning. Surprisingly, there's a lot of flavor for very little ingredients used. Beautiful. Simple, such a simple dish, it's crazy. I gotta stop eating.